session number 4, Thursday. Yay. Okay, so let's start standing, and this is going to be a mini all-roundy. Okay, feet under hips. I was talking with a client of mine about energy yesterday, and this is an energy system. Similar to the way yoga is also an energy system, it doesn't just work on a physical level, it works with the energy flows in the body, right? The meridians, the main energy lines, the centers. So in this pose, in this exercise, we are connecting earth and sky. So we're grounding down into the earth through our legs and feet, pushing down and away through the foot to shift the weight over. And we're also reaching up from our pelvic floor, we're reaching all the way up. So feel like you're sucking up from the pelvic floor, all the way up through the junction in the roof of your mouth where the hard part meets the soft part. That's like a guide point. I call it the magic point. Hello. And we're reaching up from that point. Good morning. So, short inhale at the edge and then exhaling through the mouth, squeezing through the abs as we push down through the leg into the floor to shift over. And that way you can start to feel your legs activating here. Looks simple, but there's a lot going on. Hello. So let's take a few more breaths here. Really reaching down into the ground. Making sure your pelvis is dropping straight down as you reach up through that point, back of the crown of the head, creating space in your neck vertebrae here, lining up down the spine. Let's do 8 more breaths. Feeling the activation through your legs. And last 4. Last 2. Good. Awesome. We're going to get our chair or stool. Hello. Good morning. So this is a little 15-minute start your day gyrokinesis method shot, if you like. And I have, this is my fifth week. So there's a lot of different ones on my. They're all under Unlocking Your Spine. You can check out on IGTV on my channel, on my feed somewhere. Okay, here we are. So we're sitting on our stool. My stool is a little creaky, so try and forgive that. All right, so here we are. Again, we're going to drop the pelvis straight down, finding the lowest point of the sit bones, reaching up, pulling up from the pelvic floor, reaching up through that spot where the junction, the roof of the mouth where the hard part meets the soft part. You can touch your tongue there for a little cue, just for a second, and then reaching up from that point. So you're reaching down into the ground through the soles of the feet, from the bottom of the sit bones, and then reaching up. That just really lines you up nicely. And now I'm getting warm. Okay, from here we're going to again use the breath and the push of the feet, this time to move the pelvis without moving the whole body like in the standing one. So here we are, we're going to take an inhale. So we're going to push through the feet but without moving the feet. And then we're going to pull through the feet without moving them, okay? So this push and pull, if we're not moving the feet, the push and pull goes somewhere, and it goes into curling back on the sit bones and then arching forward on the sit bones, okay? So we're going to do that each shift on the exhale. So taking a little inhale here, exhale, pushing away, curling, inhale, and exhale, pull. And off we go, back and forth. Gyrokinesis method does a lot with repetition and moving with the breath and connection through the floor. So we're floating our upper body on top, and our pelvis is moving underneath, nice and free, lengthening through the sacrum and through the belly at the front. And it's our legs and our connection with the floor that's creating this movement in the pelvis. Squeezing the breath out through the lower abdomen. Reaching up as we change direction, so you don't want to collapse into the curl or the arch. And keeping the feet really connected with the floor. Spiraling in as we curl and out as we arch. Let's do 8 more here. And last 4. Last 2. Good. Let's do some spirals. We'll go straight into it. Okay, so let's take a nice inhale and exhale here, reaching down, pressing down with the feet, reaching up with the crown of the head. Inhaling, exhaling, reaching long through the fingertips. Feel like you're sending energy out all the way up through your fingers. Next inhale, we're going to open up nice and long, turning as we open. And then exhale, we're going to push away to curl back. I have to move forward because I'm hitting the wall. And next one, inhaling, opening up to the side, reaching long with the arm. And exhaling, curling back. And again, off we go. Reach, 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 reach. And exhaling. So let's take the whole space of the breath. Hello, good morning. To move nice and luscious. Reaching out all the way out from the arm. So we don't bend the arm back at the shoulder. The arm is an extension of the chest. So I'll turn a little bit sideways so you can see as I'm reaching out this way, and then the arm moves because my torso is moving, right? And reaching nice and long. Couple more. Let's do 1 more each side. And last one. Good. Widening the legs a little bit. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Widening the legs a little bit. We're going to do some side to side spinal, through opening up through the sides of the ribs here. So we're going to start as we did with the standing shift at the beginning, and if you didn't see that, that's fine. There's loads of videos in this little series. You can check them all out. So here again, we're reaching down through the lowest point of the sit bones to make the spine nice and straight. Reaching up through the magic point, the junction of the roof of the mouth, and then up through the crown of the head, lining up with the spine, creating space in the neck vertebrae, dropping the chin just a little bit, and pressing down into the ground through the soles of the feet, so that you can get some aliveness under the sit bones. Okay, taking an inhale here. Next inhale, we're going to push away with this foot without moving it to tip onto this side. Inhaling and switch, push with this one. And off we go, side to side. So this is where the impulse is coming. We're exhaling from here, blowing out the air and then releasing. So there's a little space between that exhale and the next inhale. Inhaling through the nose. So it's the sending the push from the breath down through the legs into the floor. That's moving our weight from sit bone to sit bone. And our upper body is just trailing behind. So it's a little bit like how an octopus moves in the water, right? There's this impulse, and then the rest of the body just trails behind. If you want a close-up view of that, My Octopus Teacher on Netflix is very good. So sending this impulse across, through, pushing down through the leg, reaching up through the crown of the head, and letting your upper body just follow along behind. Let's move like seaweed. It's surprising how happy moving like seaweed can make you. This isn't just about physical fitness. We're not dropping and doing 20, you know, but we can just wake up the body in this fun way in the morning or at lunchtime or in the evening, using the rhythm of the movement and the breath. This time I'm going to remind my ribs, I'm going to cue my ribs to open up at that point. So I'm slowing down a little bit, just tapping my ribs there. So we're adding in a little other movement here. And as I reach my arm away, make sure my shoulder blade goes down the back. So as your elbow floats up, shoulder blade goes down, making sure your shoulders are down and relaxed, your neck is nice and long. Impulse is still coming from exactly the same place. And now, as soon as my arm floats away, someone grabs it and pulls. So now I'm getting traction on both sides. So imagine somebody's grabbed that hand and is pulling away. And last two. Good. Okay, we're going to come down to the floor now for a little floor exercise, which is cat. Hello. So we're coming down to the floor now. We can move the stool out of the way. And we're going to do some cat stretches here, which are awesome. Good morning, good morning. So, hello, dear. Okay, so here we are. Cats in gyrokinesis are very special because they work. So, here we are. Usual cats, a lot of people do cat stretch. They do, you know, happy cat and angry cat, and they have their good points as well. So I don't want to what's the word when you say something bad? I don't want to throw shade on that kind of cat. Okay, that kind of cat is very good for certain things, but this does have a tendency to go into our flexible point and just go straight in there. All right, and we're just dipping right into that flexible point, which can also be weak. So we want to really lengthen that instead of just going in there and crunching it. And the same as well, we don't want to just pull up and contract on the other side. We want to create some traction. So again, with gyrokinesis, we're going to use the rhythm of movement and coordinating with the breath. So here we're going to rock forwards and backwards. As we rock forwards, we inhale. Pointing the toes, we're going to curl as we exhale, sending a vector up through your seat center, your center of gravity. And then inhale, rocking forward, we're going to tuck the toes under. I'm slowing it down, masses, so you can see. The arch, we're going to sit back with the butt and we're going to pull our chest forward. So I'm really pulling hard this way with my hands. I'm pulling this way, but without moving them. So my chest goes forward and I look up, right? And at the same time, I'm pulling back firmly with my butt, because if I wasn't pulling, I'd go straight forward because I'm pulling with my hands this way, okay? So you need to pull back. And what this does is, instead of just collapsing in your flexible point, you lengthen through the flexible point and then you arch further up the back where more of us need it, right? So that's the joy, the joy of gyrokinesis. Okay, quick close up and then we'll get into this because there's not much time left in this little morning shot. Quick close up. As I'm pulling forward, rock forward to inhale, as I'm pulling forward in the arch, I'm going to rotate my arms outwards so that my elbows, the inside of my elbows are facing forward. And then as I pull back, my elbows can bend parallel, right? And I can open up the chest and look up, okay? And then rock forward and arch, curl. Okay, let's do a few. Let's get into this with the rhythm and the breath. Okay, start with our toes pointed on the floor. And inhaling, rocking forward, inhale through the nose. Exhale, curling away. Exhale, squeezing through the lower abs again. Inhale, rocking forward, nice and smooth. Tucking the toes under. Exhale, arch, sitting back and pulling forward. Inhale, rock forward, pointing the toes. Exhale, curl. Inhale, rocking forward, tucking the toes. Exhale, arch. Inhale, rock forward, pointing the toes. Exhale, curl. Inhale, rock forward, tucking the toes. Exhale, arch. And again. And curl. Really reaching through that back space and arch. Pulling your spine nice and long. Inhale. And curl. And inhale. And arch. And one more. And curl. And one more. And arch. And coming forward again. Curl, gently sitting up. Rolling all the way up the spine. Good, we're going to call it there for today. Tomorrow is the last one in this series, 7:30. So again, it'll be a mini session. I want to get to this part and then finish off with some shoulder stretches that follow on from this one. So hopefully see you there. And Benita says, cat is good but hard. Yes. It looks so easy, but no, there's a lot going on. Okay, so feel free to... oh, yes, lovely. Me too. Thank you. It's Sanderona. Anyway, thank you. Nice to meet you. Okay, cool. 7:30 tomorrow, and you can check out my website, link in bio. I do classes as well on Zoom.